Thank you very much, Stephen Mbide, for that wonderful engagement. We got to learn a whole lot. Now, our next conversation, we're going to be talking about the strides Uganda has been making in averting fatalities on our roads. Now, Uganda has continued to register high rates right there of accidents in the region. Between 2006 and 2016, road crash fatalities increased by 25%. That is from 2,597 to 3,503, with the accident severity index of 24 people killed per 100 road crashes. Now, 10 people die daily on the road, that is in East Africa. Now, and to tell us what they are doing about it, we have Sister Mary Teddy Nachanzi from the Sisters of Immaculate Heart of Mary Reparatrix Gogonya, who is the administrator of Nkozi Hospital. And we also have Mr. Elijah Mugabe, who is also helping in the fundraising for an accident trauma at the same hospital, Nkozi Hospital. Many thanks for joining us. Very good morning.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Miss Sister Maria.
Yes, please.
Tell us about Nkozi Hospital.
Yeah, thank you so much. Nkozi Hospital is one of the Catholic institutions, and it's along Masaka Highway. It is under Uganda Catholic Medical Bureau. And yeah, between Masaka and Kampala, it's the only hospital which is there, and even in Mpigi district, 83 kilometers from Kampala. And it is now 78 years, but the hospital is just in rural setting. We have, as we are along Masaka Highway, we normally get many accident victims along that road. Especially since 2016, when the road was renovated. And as in Nkozi Hospital, it is we are not able to handle all those cases due to the setup of the hospital. In fact, we need some help, and people have already come on board. We have fundraised. We have organized some fundraising events so as to raise some money for that trauma center.
So why the trauma center in particular?
Yeah, of course, because the hospital is between Kampala and Masaka. It's the only hospital on that road. Many accident victims are brought to our hospital. Yet when you come there and you see the room where we are handling those cases from, it is just a small room. We need to put up an accident and trauma center to have an area where we can, a big area or a spacious whatever where we can treat them from. So we decided we came up with this idea of coming up with an accident and trauma center, and we are calling upon people. Some of them are already on board, like you people, you are already on board. Indeed. We have Rotary Uganda, which is also on board. And then we started some fundraising activities, like the marathons. We've held like 3 marathons. Then we have had dinners, we had high teas, and car washes.
Amazing. Let me also engage Elijah Mugabe, who has also been at the forefront of this fundraising drive. Now, before we talk about why the trauma center is so important, let's discuss the fact that you've not veered into the other side of road safety education. Many of the cyclists who are arrested by the traffic officers contend that they do not give them any form of road safety education, but instead they just penalize them, pay the penalty and let them go. So that means this rider, motorcyclist or cab driver will go ahead and do the same mistake that they made the previous day that got them in trouble. Now, should you be looking at fundraising for road safety education?
Indeed. I want to thank Uganda Police, especially their Department of Traffic and Road Safety. We've been with them. They've tried their best. But, Romeo, when you're on the road, you're the best person, you're the best driver. Make sure that whatever happens on the road, you are accountable. Whenever you step on the road, either on foot or in a vehicle, or whatever vessel you're using, make sure that at least you know that you're the best on the road. Make sure that at least you observe whatever happens on the road, and it wouldn't be so good if you get on the road drunk. Ensure that by the time you step, you sit behind a steering wheel or behind before you sit on a boda boda. Make sure that you're ready for the road, because Romeo, today I'm with you here because you are alive.
Indeed.
Every life matters.
Yes.
And until we understand that every life matters, we shall continue doing that. We shall continue paying penalties and go into more offenses, get more penalties into more offenses like that. But every rider, every motorist, every pedestrian, every road user should remember that every life matters. And Romeo is here today hosting us because you are alive. The day they pronounce you dead, that will be the end of you.
Of course, the 24 initiative has been so tough against the do not drink and drive.
So much.
Well, let's talk about the fundraising initiative. How much money have you raised so far?
From 2016, we've been able to raise 680 million.
680 million. That's quite a lot of money. But what is the target?
Our target is 7.8 billion.
Jesus.
Yes.
Doesn't that make this 680 million like peanuts?
Indeed.
So what are you looking at? How are you going to be able to fundraise all this money?
This year, we have a motor circuit, either at the end of this month or beginning of next month. And they encourage, starting from you. NTV has given us this space, and we are talking to the public out there. Whatever you have, because indeed we don't have any particular way of getting this money apart from these car washes, like Sister said, the motor circuits. Romeo, you're going to give them a mobile number. We have a contractor who is ever willing to put a brick on the site, but the only way we finance this project is by these fundraisings. So at the end of this month or next month, we shall have a motor circuit. And on the 13th day of June, in the middle of this year, we shall have a marathon. Please, the corporates out there, the schools, the individuals, everyone, please come and join us on the 13th day of June this year. We shall have a marathon. We shall be at the equator.
So you've collected only 680 million out of the 6.7 billion.
8.7 billion.
Yes, 8.7 billion.
Yes.
So when do you hope to complete this project?
As soon as we get this money.
As soon as when? Because I'm looking at you collected 680 million
in
between
3 years.
2016, 3 years. So we are looking at how many more years to complete this project? What will it take?
Romeo, as soon as we get this money, I know that's why NTV is giving us this platform, such that whichever people, whichever companies, whichever government officials are watching this show now, come on board. Let us do this. Because people have gone to bury, people have been to hospitals to check on people that have been involved in accidents, and this should come to an end. Massacre Road has claimed lives. On Friday, you made a story here of how many people died on the Kampala-Gulu highway at Bombo. On the same day, you aired a story of people that had died in Rakai because of road carnage. And this has been the trend for the last very many years. At least the Ginger Road situation was put to rest when Kaolo Hospital was put in place. But here where Sister has been telling you where Nkozi is found, 83 kilometers on the Kampala-Masaka highway, and we don't have any big hospital there.
Now, Sister Maria, when is the next marathon and dinner to raise money?
Yeah, we expect it to be on 13th June this year, and we normally start from the equator, Masaka Road, and then the dinner is going to be in September. We want to invite everybody out there to come and join us or during this marathon and the dinner, and also if you can send in money. Don't wait even for the marathon, because the contractors are already there.
I read the number, for them as I wrap up the show. Thank you very much, Sister Maria Teddy and Mr. Elijah Mugabe. Thank you for having made the time to speak to us right here morning at NTV.
Allow me to thank NTV so much and Nation Media Group. Thank you so much for this platform. Allow me to thank Rotary, because these guys are ready to give us all the equipment we need for the hospital.
And we are going to ramp up more efforts to ensure that you get all the money that you need. That 8.7 billion will be received in the name of Jesus. Thank you for having made the time.
Pleasure.
Good morning. Good morning. Right about now, as we wrap up, I'm just going to sample 2 or 3 messages of those lovely people who are celebrating their birthdays on this particular day. I have lovely child Brayo. You're saying Linka Kasemire, happy birthday Atenyi, age gracefully, my sister. And Malonji Tony Ocean Media, you're saying happy birthday bro selector Jeff Professional, keep shining. shining and sharing your shine with the world. And finally, Henry Oscar Ogumbo, happy birthday, Masaka Emmanuel, and happy birthday to all the kings and queens who happen to be celebrating their birthdays on this particular day. Right about now, the show has come to an end. Let's interface a little bit later on at 1 p.m. during NTV at 1 for more information. Right about now, have yourselves a blessed morning.